Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, welcome back. This pickacard reading will be what is the current gossip about you. So from left to right you have pile 1 and pile 2. So you have the 6 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. So the current gossip about you is in regards to your workplace. Some of you are about to leave and people feel like they can tell. They can sense that you're not as energized or upbeat in this work environment anymore. You could have also complained about something recently, something not being in order, or just the work environment being pretty hectic. I feel like something here is just not up to your speed anymore. It's not something that you're interested in. So people are talking about how they know you are about to leave this environment. They could also feel like you already put in your 2 weeks, but they're definitely seeing you as someone who's over it, like you don't want to be a part of this anymore. They're also saying that they feel like you're not getting the appreciation that you deserve. They feel like you work the hardest, but you don't get as much credit as you're supposed to. You may not have worked in this place very long, but it feels like you've been here for a long time. They're also saying they feel like you're tired of always helping people. It's like you're doing a lot for others, but you're not receiving that in return. You have the 2 of Wands, the Lovers, and the 4 of Pentacles. So people are saying they feel like your mind has always been in a different direction, but maybe you were waiting for something to be solidified first before you took action towards that. They feel like you've already had plans and you were just waiting for the perfect time, and the perfect time is now, or is coming up very soon. June could be significant for some of you. April. This month could have definitely been a breaking point for a lot of you to find a way to transform your career. I don't feel like this has a lot to do with finances. I feel like it's more focused on your creative endeavors and your emotional fulfillment, because people are seeing this transition, or the transition you're about to make is something that's more so personal. It doesn't really have much to do with the finances. This work environment could be very financially stable, but there's no emotional fulfillment within it. You have the 5 of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles. So they're gossiping about what the work life and the work environment will be like once you leave. They feel like it's going to be pretty unbalanced. Things are going to be all over the place. And they kind of wish that you could find a resolution in this current environment so you don't have to leave. They also feel like wherever you're going, you're going to bring a lot of value to that new space. They just wish you felt more appreciated in this current environment. So it is people that you work with that will miss you, especially the work that you do. You are valued here, but it seems like they don't vocalize that as much as they should. You may have someone who tries to talk you out of this. This could be someone who's higher up. They may try to convince you to stick around and not leave, but it feels like you'll ultimately make the decision that's best for you, which is to remove yourself. It feels like wherever you are headed career-wise, it's going to take off very quickly, and you're going to be very happy that you made this decision, especially around the time frame. Something about the timing of you doing this is going to bring you a lot of success. So if you're planning on doing this, let's say before the end of this month, February, you may see drastic change and growth before summertime. It feels like in just a few months, you experience a significant amount of change. Yeah, the Judgment keeps showing up in the deck. So if you are thinking about doing something, just make sure you plan it out the best way possible and then take that leap of faith, because your judgment call here is 100% spot on. So even if you have like higher ups or coworkers that are trying to convince you to do something else, I would just say listen to yourself, especially looking at the High Priestess and the 4 of Pentacles. You know, the High Priestess isn't going to move until they gather all the information. They essentially cross their T's and dot their I's, and then the 4 of Pentacles clarifying it ensures that stability. It ensures that you're grounded, your feet are planted on the ground, and you're going to make sure you have enough to make those necessary moves and changes. So essentially, you need to listen to yourself, make sure that you choose what's best for you, in the end. You can take other people's advice into consideration, but you don't have to 100% go based off of what they're saying, because their position and their situation is not yours. You may have coworkers who are completely fine and they are receiving that emotional stability in his workplace. Some of them may not, but they don't know your feelings and your perspective and how things register for you personally. So think about that before you change your mind, especially if this is something that you've been pondering on for a very long time. Because like I said, with that judgment showing up so often, every time I cut the deck, it's reassuring you that you're making the right call. So prioritize the things that you want, the things that you need, so that you can get to where you need to go. And you can be financially stable and emotionally stable, especially when it comes to a work environment. Make sure there is equal reciprocity. You're putting in the work and you're receiving that recognition. So that is the least that this work environment can do for you. So that's your reading, Pile 1. Thanks for watching. You have the Queen of Cups, the Empress, and the Ten of Wands. You may have a few messages in Pile 1. I feel like there's somebody here who wants to talk to you. This could be a mother figure. Some of you, this could be someone who has passed on, and I'm sorry to hear that. But it feels like somebody who wants to encourage you and remind you of who you are and what you're capable of. You could hold this person close to you. You could hold them in your heart. Doves could be a sign this person is around, or birds in general. You have a very deep spiritual connection with someone here. They could be a Cancer, or they could have passed away because of cancer. I feel like this person wants you to relax yourself and calm your mind and focus on what truly makes you happy. Whoever this person is, they want you to try not to let your mind wander so much, or try not to let yourself spiral out of control. It feels like something within you builds up and you don't stop it in time. And by the time you get to it, it's already too late and you're having to recover from it. There's a process here that can be easier for you to deal with, but the way you go about it is making it harder for you. You may find yourself getting overwhelmed very easily. And there are some ways that you can process that you can cope with that. So if you have plans to do nothing on the weekend, but somebody wants to hang out with you or they invite you out, it's okay for you to say no. Don't say yes and then it comes down to that time and you don't feel like going, and then you just kind of make the whole situation hard for you. It's okay to say no. It's okay to not be a part of every single situation. And you shouldn't beat yourself up about it or, feel bad for prioritizing yourself and your peace, even if your peace involves you chilling at home watching anime or playing video games. There's nothing wrong with that. It's equivalent to someone sitting around and reading, or somebody going, out to eat by themselves, or going skating, or going to the park just to walk around. That is your personal special time. And it's a part of keeping yourself emotionally and mentally balanced. Some of you could be pregnant. So it is very important for you to try your best to keep yourself relaxed and try not to be around people, places, or things that make you feel overwhelmed or get you out of character. I feel like there's a lot of people here who genuinely want to support you. And they want you to stand in your power confidently. There's nobody here that is against you. Nobody's trying to hold you back. No one wants to see you fail in any way, shape, or form. So your worries and your fears should definitely be released, because you have a lot of people who support you. Some of you could have a lot of people who passed on. You could have a lot of people who are physically here and spiritually here, because there's a lot of people in this energy right now. And there's a lot of love in this energy. And you need to know that. You need to remember that. How loved you are, how supported you are. Even if you cannot see or if you cannot hear, it is still amongst you. It is still close. A lot of you will benefit by doing a cleanse or going out into nature, because there's something it feels like it's a burden on your shoulder, but there's nothing there. So it's best for you to clear your mind. You have the Justice, Ten of Swords, and the Four of Wands. So if you're single, there's someone who wants to come towards you. And if you're currently in a relationship, it feels like this person wants to take things to the next level. Regardless of whichever position you're in, there's something surprising that's happening for you. Something that's going to clear your mind and clear your perspective. Because it feels like you've been through a lot and you could use a pretty nice surprise. And if you're needing to go to court for something, that's going to balance out the way that it should. So try not to see it as something negative. Look at it as something that's going to help you get to where you need to go. It feels like there's a lot of people here that are working to help you. And that's all they're talking about, is supporting whatever it is that you're doing. Trying to find ways to make things easier for you. It feels like this conversation that you have with this person is going to reassure you of all the love and support you truly have. You may even connect with this person through your dreams as well, if they're not physically here anymore. So the Hermit is coming out again, and you have the Five of Swords. There's a lot of internal conflict, and that's why I feel like I have to reiterate how much love and support you really have around you. So it'll definitely be best for you to vocalize what you're feeling on the inside. You have a lot of people here who can relate to you, and they can offer you very valuable advice and guidance. A lot of you could be very closed off due to what you have experienced in your past and just throughout life in general. But you have a lot of people here gossiping because they want you to open up to them. But it feels like when they try to speak to you, they can't really get through to you. Which they understand, and they'll still be here for you, waiting for you to feel comfortable enough to open up. They just don't want you to wait too long to the point where it drives you insane. Because it's like once you open up to them and they express to you that they've experienced similar things, it'll feel like a burden has been lifted off your shoulders. Because you'll realize you're not the only person who has gone through this or is currently going through it. There's a lot of people here who want to show you you're not alone. And that could also be what this surprise is about, especially if you do have a birthday coming up. Listening to some music could benefit you as well, especially in this time. You have the Nine of Wands here. Yeah, there's definitely a need for you to open up. And if you don't feel comfortable talking to like family and friends, that's fine. I would say try to talk to a therapist, someone who is a professional. But keeping it bottled up is not going to help you. And it's a lot of people around you who are noticing this. It feels like you're going to receive advice and a lot of communication from people offering you different avenues so that you can cope with whatever it is you're experiencing. Especially if you don't want to open up to anyone just yet. So the main gossip is really about how you're feeling, how you're doing, how life is going for you, and people just wanting to help you. They want to support you. Even if you want to open up just a little bit, they will show you why you can trust them by being there for you and supporting you in however they can. So try listening to some music, try watching some motivational videos to help you cope with whatever you're dealing with. But just know that you're not alone and you have a lot of love and support around you. So that's your reading part 2. Thanks for watching.